Good day, children. How are you all doing? Did you all enjoy your holidays? I know it looks just the same you were before. The only thing was you did not have online classes, right? Yes. Okay. Today, before getting into the lesson, I'm going to say a few words and just think about them what they are. Although, unless, even though, even if, as long as, because. What do you think of these words? Yeah, these words are connecting words, or these are called as conjunctions, also known as subordinating conjunctions. You may wonder what is a subordinating conjunctions. You would have seen this in the previous classes or even in the previous lessons. But today we're going to have a quick run through of what we know already. This is everything known to you and this is going to be quite easy. Okay, so when I say conjunctions, what are conjunctions? I told you subordinating conjunctions. So what are conjunctions? Basically, when we go from the beginning, conjunctions are just joining words and these words are used as glue to fix two sentences together. Alright, did you understand that? Yes. So these are words that are used to put two sentences together to make it into one and they glue these two sentences together. Basically, conjunctions are like a glue, like a junction. Just to remember it easily, we say conjunction. So the word junction says that it is a meeting point. Same way. So junction, conjunction means it is a joining word. So this should be in your mind. Conjunctions are joining words. This is very simple. And then there are three types of conjunctions. They are coordinating conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions and correlative conjunctions. Okay, today we are going to see only about subordinating conjunctions and we are going to see what are the subtypes in it. Let's get into the lesson. Okay, before going into conjunctions and all those, you need to know about clause, which is very important for this lesson. So when I say clause, there are two types of clauses, which is independent clause and dependent clause. Okay, independent clause and dependent clause. This is very important to know about subordinating conjunctions. Okay, a clause is nothing but it should have a subject and a verb. Subject is the naming part and verb is the action part. These two are always present in a sentence. For I can say this way, all sentences are clauses, but not all clauses are sentences. As you can see, all sentences are clauses and not all clauses are sentences. Very simple, clauses are is subject plus verb. It can be in any sentence you see. Like when I say Raja goes to the shop, I'm telling Raja is my subject, goes is my verb. So already my clause is here in this sentence. So it's pretty easy to remember clause. Okay, let's see about the types. As I told you, there are two types of clauses, that is dependent and independent. First, we're going to see about dependent clause. Dependent clause gives you extra information that is required, more than required. Okay, it's very simple. And then when I say independent clause, the word itself says it is independent. It can stand alone without any help. Okay, when I say subordinating conjunctions, there are few rules that has to be followed. The one specific rule is that you cannot have a subordinating conjunction without an independent clause. Independent clause is something which can stand alone, the part which can stand alone without any help. So you cannot have it that way. The problem is that if you are not going to have an independent clause in your sentence, the reader is going to be left with a question like, who did it, why did it, who did it, what happened, or why did it happen? There will be many questions like this. So it is better, it is always make sure that your subordinating conjunction should always go with an independent clause. Okay, yes. So we're going to see a few words which are so called as subordinating conjunctions, like because, even though, although, unless, as long as, even if, when, before, after, how, while, by the time, if, so. I told you many words here. But when I told these words are conjunctions. Those are normally, if you see them without seeing into the categories, we call them as conjunctions because these words are the main words that are used to connect two words or glue two sentences together. You understood? Yeah, if I say as long as, or I say so, we use these words to join sentences. Yeah. So I'm going to put them into categories and we are going to see. When you talk about time, we say after, as soon as, until, whatever. When I say about comparison, we say rather than, whether. Okay. Up next we have concession. Concession words like though, although, even though. And then we have relative pronouns like who, whoever, whose, whom. And then we have condition like if, only if, unless, provided that. And then for reasons we have because, since, so that, in order to. These are the words that I use for giving reason. And then for manner we use how, as though, and as if. For place we use where, wherever. These are few of the words which we put into category. Okay, I know many of you cannot remember this, but still try to get at least few words in your mind. Okay, and then for example, we carried a raincoat, it was cloudy. We carried a raincoat, it was cloudy. There are two sentences here. And how am I going to join them together? We carried a raincoat since it was cloudy. We carried a raincoat since it was cloudy. So what is my coordinating conjunction here? Okay, I put these two sentences together using a word. So which word is my subordinating conjunction here? Very good. The word since is my subordinating conjunction because it has glued these two sentences together. Okay, now we'll try to find the dependent clause and the independent clause. As you know, we carried a raincoat. A clause must have a subject and a verb. So we carried a raincoat. What is the subject here? Good. We is my subject. Carried is the verb. And in the second part of the sentence, can you see it was cloudy? So it is my subject and was is my verb. So we carried a raincoat is my independent clause. As it can stand alone without any support, we can say it as independent clause. Since is my subordinating conjunction and the word it was cloudy is my dependent clause because it leaves us with a question asking it was cloudy, when, where, what. We are not able to answer, but when I see my first part, we carried a raincoat. Obviously it is shown that because it's gonna rain, so we carried a raincoat. It is kind of giving us something. If I'm going to say we carried our, there's no meaning in that. Okay, so when my sentence can stand alone without anything, it is called independent clause. And when my sentence cannot stand alone, when it needs some support, we call it as a dependent clause. Okay, good. We'll see the next example. Okay, my next sentence is after Amy went home, she fell asleep. After Amy went home, she fell asleep. This is my sentence. Try guessing what is my subordinating conjunction here. Yes, after is my subordinating conjunction. You may ask me why after is coming in the beginning of the sentence, but a subordinating sentence can even come in the beginning of the sentence. It should come with an independent clause. It cannot come with a dependent clause. Do you remember that point which I told earlier? Yes. So it has come with its independent clause. After Amy went home, she fell asleep. So my subordinate clause is after. Dependent clause is after Amy went home. This part is my dependent clause and independent clause is she fell asleep. This is my independent clause. Now, do you get some idea about it? Yes, we'll see one more sentence so that it will be easy for us to remember. You need to study for the test in order to get a good grade. You need to study for the test in order to get a good grade. So first, just figure out the subordinating conjunction used here. Yes, think. Yeah, good. In order to. So my subordinating conjunction is in order. As you know, in order to is my subordinating conjunction, and then we need to study for the test is my independent clause, and in order to get a good grade is my dependent clause. So I hope you understood something. It'll be a little difficult, but when you try to work out things, it'll be more easier. Okay, so your assignment for today is on page number 104 and 105. Finish up the exercises in page number 104 and 105. It'll be easy for you to figure out about subordinating conjunctions. So, we've come to the end of the lesson. So, what do you think about English? How did it spread globally? Yes, the thing is that the secret is that this language is a flexible language. If it is not able to find the word which is used in the native language, it just tries to come along with the word. Okay, like the word kattumaram in Tamil, it does not have a English word, so they say catamaran. Catamaran. This is just a small tidbit. If you want, you can just go browse for a few more words which comes along with this. Okay, children? See you all in the next class, and bye. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and drink plenty of water. Bye, children.
Hello friends, did you all enjoy today's lesson? I enjoyed it. Okay. I went through the internet and I found few words which are similar to our Tamil words. Like curry is called as curry all over the world. And then word like castle. Castle is cash. Castle, cash. They both sound the same, but this word was coined from a Tamil word. Wow, that's interesting. So I want you to check more.